Well, after week 1, 3 goals, 2 wins, 1 Big 12 Freshman of the Week, Double T edition of Rolling with Stone today. You know who this guy is, Tom. I'm Taylor. We are kicking off. You want to kick it off?
You do not need to kick it.
I'm wearing sandals. Hey, I appreciate that.
No problem.
We're kicking off week 2. Like I said, Double T edition right here. But, Coach, I know that you've got a big opponent coming in here tomorrow night in Arizona. But I would say with the way that you guys played on Friday and the way that you played on Sunday, you're proud that you were able to get a couple of wins. And you said after the game on Sunday, though, maybe not right where we want to be.
Well, we told the team you don't have to be perfect opening weekend, but you got to give it all you have. You got to try to get these pieces to start learning how to fit together. You got to be all in on defense. And we weren't perfect, nor did, like I said, did we expect to be, but we were just good enough. And a 2-goal lead against New Mexico was enough to hold on there at the end. And then, you know, to be honest, Missouri State did a good job. They weren't real interested in coming forward, which once we scored, we felt like we could run the clock out. But since we didn't score that second one, they made it interesting late, and we had to fight off a little charge there to preserve the win.
One of the things that a lot of soccer fans had talked about before, come on, we're rolling with Stone, is how you guys were going to be able to keep up the offense that, you know, you're losing a couple of really key offensive players, but how satisfied and encouraged are you at the fact that not only do you have the offense to be able to kind of maintain that threat, but I mean, you're talking about some really powerful freshman players here.
Well, and you know, there's many different ways to organize and create goal-scoring opportunities, right? If you've got the Abby Wambach, you're playing for set pieces, everything's crossing and finishing.
Yeah.
You know, that was a Dawn Ward for us. That was a Jessica Fuston for us type player. When we had Taylor Lytle, it was more of a kind of a slashing, dribbling 1v1 presence. And with Janine, she was good underneath and trying to run in behind. Well, this group has a little more versatility because we have several that I think that can score. And as they mature into their roles, you know, we could be a team that's really well balanced and a team that you can't shut down maybe one player and shut us down. You got to shut down several. And so that's what we're working towards. You know, we've done a great job recruiting attacking players. Got some more really good ones coming next year. So we want to be more diverse in that capacity about being able to score goals in more than just one way and more than on just one player.
Right. In Arizona, we mentioned them earlier, they're going to be probably the toughest opponent, I mean, that you guys have faced so far, maybe even one of the toughest that you will face all season.
For sure.
What's the biggest threat coming from them?
You know, I just think they're a really well organized team with regards to they're committed to the way they play. They're mega direct, great on set pieces, great in the air. Both their coaches know what they're doing. I mean, this is a team that just causes problems, and they've got a specific style that's kind of over here, and we've got a style that's over here, and neither one of them is right or wrong, but they're going to clash, you know, and they're very good at what they do, and we're trying to get better at what we do. I think the interesting part of the cycle right now is the last few times we've played them, we've been the older team, the more mature team. They've been the young, feisty team. You know, Tony and Paul have been building that program, and now it's kind of reversed.
Yeah,
they've got some upperclassmen, we've got the younger, feisty team, and so, you know, I think that's an advantage for those guys, but it's one that we, you know, look forward to. And I talked to them about it after last year's game. I said, you know, next year you're going to be the older team, we're the younger team, so it's going to make it a fun night.
One of the things that I like to ask coaches, you know, at the beginning of every year, obviously every identity of every team is going to be very different, you know, so you look at the type of team that you have and you mentioned, you know, sort of some feisty younger girls, but how would you best describe the identity of this year's team?
I think it's still evolving. I think it's tough to say exactly who we're going to end up being, but the one thing we have is great feet. I mean, we've never had this many players that could make the ball do what they want it to do. We're a better passing team in the final third, I think, than we've been for a while. And our defense has the potential to be an all-time great defense here, but potential is just on paper. They've still got to earn that. They got to work through that. And that doesn't happen really with a team full of freshmen and sophomores. It has to happen over time, but they're heading in the right direction. You know, I think it was 3 years ago, we were the number 2 defense in the nation. And, you know, we have some pieces that could resemble that, but it takes a lot of work. So we're still working towards that.
Putting the puzzle together, right? If anybody can do it, it's this guy right here. You've got Northeastern on Sunday, again, Arizona, 7 o'clock right here on Friday. We'll be there. You should be there too, right?
Absolutely. Let's rock the W.
I love it.